Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back! Another episode of our isolated city here in City Skylines. Well, last episode guys, we did a lot of work with connecting up more import exploitation routes. We really started to kind of add in some more zoning for the brand new area, which is going to be filled with industrial. At the moment, we're a little bit shy on workers before we build that industrial, so we got to give it a little bit of extra time. We built some more schools because we need more educated workers. It's all currently go, go, go. Well, today, I want to I won't say finalise because we'll never finalise anything in this city, but I want to complete the highway loop. At the moment, it does a big semicircle, and I want to kind of complete the other half of the semicircle because I feel like where we currently are and where the highway starts and ends right now, it's quite close to one another. So if I get it completed, I'm most likely going to shorten a lot of journeys, and that also includes the train line as well. So as always guys, if you do enjoy this, please make sure you smash the like button down below. If you are new in here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when that next episode does come out. We're going to be using the parallel tool a lot. You know how it goes, boys. You know how it goes right now. So we're back. Oh my goodness me, where are we going? We're back. And if I go into the overview mode here, it's a little bit difficult to see. Let me come out of this. Hold on. Right, this mode is better, right? So we have the highway, which kind of, I mean, I don't know if you can say it starts here because you can't actually get on it there. You get it on it more over here. But if you're over here and want to get to over here, you got to jump on the highway and drive all the way around, which is not a problem. Not a problem. But look at how close we are from completing this loop here. So once I get that connected up there, it's going to save a lot of vehicles going all the way around. And the train line as well, which is really, that's probably more important than anything. So I feel like we've got to get this all finished and connected up. Now, right now, this highway here is going to come down. It's going to kind of, we're going to have to kind of slightly bend it a little bit and then bend it again and then kind of go up. How that's going to work, I truly don't know. This is all going to be part of the fun. So what I'm going to do, right, right now, we're going to pull up the highway. And it is, we use the 2-lane highway, by the way. That's what we kind of use in this city right now. So 2-lane highway, and we're going to bring this all the way out like this. So the problem I've got is, and I say problem, is if I bring it straight over, then I've got to do a dramatic turn. So it's almost like, right, it's almost like I want to have it turn in from the get-go, but that is also quite difficult. So I had it here, and then went across to like there. How does that look? I mean, first and foremost, I'm gonna do that again because I want to try and get the supports for the highway itself in like a really good spot, like location wise. So I'm just gonna kind of bring this over till I feel like there. See the supports? They're like either side of the sand, which is glorious. And it's just a case then of trying to get this connected in. Now from there, I can do it, say a 20 here, which will then give me... Wait, what highway have I used here? Is this a 3-lane? Oh, I've switched over to a 3-lane all of a sudden. Well, that's hilarious. There we go. Which that means you're going to get a 10 by 10 bend out of this, right? Am I right in saying that? A 10. So yeah, you would roughly get a 10 by 10 bend. Which if I just quickly pause and delete this, we'll come back and add that in just a minute. 10 by 10 bend, and then straight in. Okay, that bend is not mental now. That's actually doable. So if I put this rural road back in, by the way, get us all connected back up. See, that's actually worked out pretty well. Now, the only downside is it's over here. So I would kind of maybe wanted it further down. Now, the more I go down, the more it's going to bend. So, which is then where we kind of have to do a slight wiggle. But based on that logic, let's say I chose... That would be pushing it way too far. Let's say I chose here. Actually, first it needs to be that height. That would help. Well, if I chose here and then ran all the way across, you get the supports. Well, the supports would have to go there. Now, am I able... I mean, I'm going to have to use the connection tool for this. Right. So if I went for there, what is a connection looking like for here. Because I know it works there. Worst case scenario, when you get across here, I'll have to kind of make it bend down and go that way a little bit. Just kind of support the areas a bit more. But if I went from here to here, and they're probably going to be a little bit more ridiculous. Which I don't mind it if it has to go over the train station. But the height is not there for us. You know what I mean? The height is definitely not there for us. I mean, I can reduce it and have it like go something like this. Which again is not a problem. But I was going to build an oil industry here anyway. So do you know what? Scrap this. Scrap that, and I'm going to delete back a little bit there, and then we'll decide where the rest of it is then going to run. So at least we know that can kind of connect in. That's going to be kind of fine anyway. So I can have that continue to run down anyway. I know it's a bit close to this edging, but all this here is going to be oil industry. So how much would I really want to work with this is the question. So if I brought this further out, so say if I brought it down to, I mean, how far is it going to go? It actually does cut into the middle slightly anyway. So I bring it down here, and then we'd kind of do a turn to then lead up into it. That would work out. But then how far does this go before I want to then start turning this? So I probably want to take this, like that distance, before the two then meet. So if I use the connection tool now, oh actually I can't, can I? Because they're going in both different directions. We have to use the parallel tool. So starting here. Oh, that's another question as well. What's the distance of the parallel tool? So if I just went there to there, and then increased it, so it's a 24. 24 is what we're working with. Easy enough, right? He says. 24, boys. 24. So that should be it. That should be it to there. Now this one should be fairly easy to fit in, right? I mean, I don't need to do a parallel tool here, but I will just run it this way to begin with, and then I'll just quickly flip it around just to kind of save messing about. Now we'll do this in a way that alright, get the connection tool on the go. We'll do this in a way that allows me to have a straight bit as well. So you see how you get that straight bit here? It's straight enough where you can have a turn off. You know what I mean? That's what I'm more kind of interested about. I can have a turn off around here. I'm probably going to have a turn off here for the oil industry area. I'm going to turn off there. So, I mean, to be honest with you, you can get away with just one turn off. But I'm going to have a turn off here for the oil industry. Unless we, I want to say utilize the train line more, but we could. But there's going to be a lot of cargo vehicles and stuff like that. So, got to take it a little bit easy. But we'll see how it goes anyway. You never know. I could just have the one just here and leave it as that. So add that in just there. Now to make sure, now this is the most important bit, to make sure that I get it right, because the way we've kind of set it all up, I'm just going to parallel it to there, then to there. Bam. By 24. So obviously some bits it's not really going to connect on. Unless it does connect, then yes, we know. Oh, okay, it didn't connect here. We can add this all in. So that's going to there. Then we're going to flip all this round. And then any moment now, we should actually start seeing cars utilizing this, by the way. Oh no, actually we won't, because we gotta get this set up. Seniac, do you even know how to build right now? The answer is no. The answer is no. So just get that there and just flip it around real quick. Good stuff. And then, bam. Oh no, wrong one. Bam, bam. And we'll just go to the maximum. There we go. Bam, bam. Go to the maximum. There we go. So it's not centralized as much as the other areas have been, but then again, look at stuff like this. It's not centralized here. It's not here. And it kind of goes a bit more centralized, and it kind of comes in a little bit, which is fine. Allows me to build the oil industry here, which is perfect. I can have a turn off there. Definitely having a turn off here. I'm not too sure, but that one's 50-50. Depends on how I do this. Got one over here for the fishing industry as well. It's actually quite a small little island when you kind of think about it. It is actually quite small. So it will take time before we start seeing vehicles utilizing it. We've already got one vehicle on the way right now. And over... Right, it'll be here you kind of notice it more than anywhere else. But we need to then connect the train line, because that is also going to be another thing that is going to be really, really kind of useful for them as well. There we go. You already start seeing vehicles going this way, so it's going to be handy for a lot of fools. It's going to be handy for a lot of these fools. So first things first, and we need to make... Where have I just glitched to? There we go. We need to make the train line appear up here first. So if I parallel this all again and go from there just to here for just a moment. And I'm sure we go by one, don't we? Just by one to add it in. And the game does break. I remember this from last time when we built it and placed it all in. The game does just kind of go, Sonny, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me right now? Alright, so we'll go by 10 and bring it down. Was it by a +1? I want to say it was by like a 1. What was that distance there? Oh no, I did an 8. That's what it was. I did an 8. So try and keep the same stuff going on. Right, let's go down to 0 and then we'll just go down to 10. There we go. So that connects up to there. So we ain't got to worry about that anymore. I'm just now going to have to build the world's longest parallel system to connect the train line up. So if I go from there, and then every so often you're going to select it to make sure it keeps following, going all the way around. Now, I'll actually do it just to here, because it might have a little bit of a wobbler connecting through here, even though I've got to make it go underground anyway. So we got to invert it, right, and then go back into it again, and we're just going to minus it by 1, press enter, wait for the game to have another mental breakdown right now as it tries and updates itself to the world's longest train line. Any minute now. There we go. All done, all done, all done. So we're just gonna make it go underground here, because this is where the V's gonna connect up here for a cargo station just there. I'm surprised I haven't built one over here right now. I really am surprised. So let's get this all up and running then from over here. So the 8 going down to 0. Over here. The 8 down to 0. And then do the same again. So that, having that now connected, the train lines are good to go. It allows me to do a V there to connect into a cargo area, which is very important. But it's all done, boys. It's all done. I'm just going to remove this support here. I might have to raise that. I still don't know just yet. I'm not worried about it too much just yet anyway. And look at the amount of vehicles driving through here right now as they're going to and from, which is heavily going to reduce the amount of vehicles going this way as it takes the heat off, especially for the trains right now. So again, once it's all updated, because before I did the train line in, some vehicles might not have used trains down here and drove this way because obviously it's quicker. Now they can throw trains on. It's going to be even more interesting to see how it all kind of intertwines and comes together. So we're now just waiting to see our first train head this way, which it's now getting really exciting. I'm really excited, boys. So which way do you reckon it will come from? Now that's the big question. Which way? The train's going out that way right now. Which way is the train going to come from? Because definitely, we have definitely 100% shortened the distance. We're just playing the waiting game. I'm more impressed with the amount of vehicles using this. It just shows you how short that distance is from there. It really does show you how short the distance now is. So I've just noticed a train coming out. It'll probably go that way as well. Yeah. We have got all the connections up right, haven't we? Yeah. It V's there. And it V's just there. So it's like when we built the train lines, every time we add a new connection anyway, it does take about 5-10 minutes before you start seeing the trains utilising it. I just want to see one train skedoodle along, so I know this kind of area is completely okay. I haven't got to mess around with it anymore. When you notice a dip in road traffic, which I could probably say yes, I have noticed it right now, that's when you've got to be expecting a train. Because instead of driving down here, okay, the road traffic has really died down. Instead of driving down here right now, now we're going to a terminal to load up onto a train instead. Yeah, the train, the road vehicles have really died down. So it can't be far off. It can't be far off at this point. I just wish it hurry up. Hurry up so I can see you actually work. Come on. Come on. It's so annoying, isn't it? It's so annoying having to wait for a train. And I just don't know which way it's going to come from as well. Well, there's two trains coming out. Okay, one's going to the left. This one's going to the left. Oh, this is so annoying. Someone go to the right. Please, trains, use this method. I'm so impatient, aren't I? I'm so impatient that I just want to see it be used. Oh, there's a train coming out. Will it go to the right? No. Right, we might still be playing the waiting game then. We might still be playing the waiting game unless this V here is a little bit broken. So I'll just pause and just do this real quick. Because it is quite a close turn, isn't it, to ask it to do something like this? It is quite a... Because that here would 100% do the bend there. Just to kind of be on the safe side, I'm just kind of like covering my back a little bit. I know it works the other way because we see trains going out. Right, we'll give it a little bit of time then, because we do need to add a little bit more of the population in. We really do. Why is this kind of dead and open? I don't really know why. But this will be good for a little bit more high density residential. Just because of... It's not really in the flight path and it's coming to the end of the high-rise buildings just there. So add a little bit of high density in, that will kind of cover us there, which would be quite nice. There we go, there we go. And the same thing around here as well. Now we do have this place quite open in the middle, but we can plant down some trees behind it. So that's all part of the funsies. Spend a little bit more residential demands. Yeah. Trains. Any train. Oh, I'm so obsessed with this right now, aren't I? I'm getting slightly obsessed. Underground mode. Give me a train. Give me a train. Unless it's not efficient for them to come this way. That's something else you kind of got to think of. Well, anyway, I do need to get this connected up for a train line. You know, talking about this anyway, I need to get over here set up for a train line. So a cargo train, how big is the drop here for the trains? I mean, I can bring it in. It's just a case of the gradient differences. I want to bring it like over on this side a little bit more. So I built it there, which is definitely going to rise the height here, which we kind of got to stagger everything down slightly. So if I drop this down a little bit, I'm going to try and get this down to a level that's quite comfortable for the road here. If I select these two buildings here and brought them down, and then we're going to like bring the roads down as well. So if I do everything but the buildings at this point just here, just go to there. Alright, raise them down slightly as well, and then we're going to slightly terraform it. So I do the brush strength here. Up it a bit more. Now it still looks a bit funky, but just hold your horses. Because what we're going to do now then is use the oldest trick in the book. By angling all this now at this point. There to there. Oh, I forgot we got to do the little individual sections just here. There to there. And then with the smoothing in, we should be alright. And then do it this way as well. There we go. And then smoothing all this out. And then just readjust some of the heights of some of these buildings now. And then just smoothing this bit out. So you won't get much off it, but it will all work. The air is a little bit better to play around with. It is a little bit better. You could still do some fine adjustments and tweaks, but we'll roll with it. So here, by this point, we do want to make it go down by 10. And if I do it just here by the 9, the bridge or the tunnel happens before the road. So I can then bring this further out. And then we shouldn't really see it change much, which is perfect. We've then just got to create the V. So, pushing back to there. 21. 21. If I bring that into there, that into there. Just to guarantee it a little bit more. Right, back into play mode now, because it doesn't really matter. Straight in. Exports for the fishing industry. Let's see how well they go down. So I don't know how I feel about the placement of this. I might update it when I work more with this area. It's just for the sake of having one in. That's what the purpose more is. For the sake of just having one in, it's going to be important. It's going to be important. Right. Okay. Give that its sweet little bit of time. So, we need more residents. We do need more residents. We need a lot more educated people, but that will, again, come in time. How well is this park doing? Doing pretty well. That's the best thing about putting schools in the city parks. You do generate so much more cash, which I'm probably going to do a little bit more. How is the schooling situation? So, elementary, I'm going to go for another big boy. High school. We'll go for another big boy. There we go. Just for these generic areas to kind of give us a bit more capacity. And then we'll build some more rural roads going down here. To then start to sprawl out the suburbs a little bit more. To kind of meet all the other areas. So I bring that to there and to there. I'm going to bring you out. Out. Do I run this one up? At the last second it had to do that, didn't it? At the last second. Where would this come out? Oh, almost there, doesn't it? Does that work? It's the world's smallest. It's the world's smallest little junction there. Do I go with that to kind of make it work? Or do I think, nah, just do this? And then we'll get away with it somehow? Because it is quite cool, isn't it? To have it connect like that. Like that. It's all these different areas meeting in one point, and it makes it feel weird and cozy at the same time. It's a weird setup. Right, residential. It just throws everything all out of proportion, doesn't it? But at least we can get trees backing on it anyway. I'm just going a little bit over the top right now, residential, because we kind of need it, just to kind of expand these suburbs a bit more. The tree brush will definitely fill up just around here, where we know there's going to be gaps. And where did we know the other gaps were going to be? There was going to be one over here, wasn't there? Just there. And was there any more? We'll definitely add some more to the park area here. Kind of book this. I'm sure there was one more area. We had that bit there. Or maybe not. Okay, maybe there wasn't. Maybe there wasn't. Interesting. Any cargo train? Oh my goodness me! Cargo train. Cargo train. Finally, we have cargo trains. Glorious. Now, was that from here, though? That's the question. I don't suppose I'll know where it's gone now, do I? This was it here. Where did you come from? Owner, just there. I got way too excited there, boys. Way too excited. Oh, I just realised why it's not working. Wah, wah, wah. Because we're not even connected there. Do we have the same problem further up where it connected in? No, it would have ended there, wouldn't it? Wah, wah, wah. No wonder it wasn't working. No wonder it wasn't working, boys. So now it should work. Now we shouldn't have any issues. We shouldn't have any issues now at this point, right? As these these new suburb areas need a little bit of water. So they'll all now get built in. I can't believe. Look at that. As soon as we build it, trains. As soon as we build it, trains. Can you just imagine? Oh my goodness me. A train. Straight away. Straight away. So now we figured that out. Now I've been so foolish to not even realise that the train tracks weren't even connected halfway through. The downsides of using the parallel tool. But now we're up and running. We're now officially all up and running. No stress anymore, guys. No stress. We should see a lot more cargo movement. A lot of goods being delivered. No commercial or industrial buildings should complain anymore. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. There is a cargo vehicle now coming out. Which way is it going to go? Will it go my new way? No. There is a second one on the way, though. There is a second one. Where's this one going? No. Sad day. It's a sad day. We've seen one train. After all of that, only one train. Oh my goodness me. But either way, right, it's made the islands so much more efficient. Because now the highway loop is complete, they can pretty much go anywhere they want with ease. Unlocks a lot more of the other island right now for us to kind of build more stuff around it and upon it. Allows the cargo to be distributed a lot easier. So fingers crossed this is going to go in the right direction. Fingers crossed this goes in the right direction. So for now, guys, we'll end it here. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, smash the like button down below. Until next time, I see you soon.